yesterday. So I had a little bit of advance notice that this was coming, and kind of already have a little bit of plan in place that I wanted to share with you guys. Maybe some easy steps to, if you are not silver yet, getting to silver, or if you have people on your team that aren't silver yet, getting them there, because this is the month to do it. We absolutely want to take advantage of, hang on one second, there we go. We absolutely want to take advantage of the incentives that corporate has going for us, because it always makes there be some excitement, and obviously when people know or feel like they're getting a deal or getting to take advantage of something, it just, when you monetize something, it definitely helps. So if you didn't get the email yesterday, or if you haven't had a chance to really look over it, it's basically, if somebody goes silver this month, which going silver, if you're new and you don't know, going silver is getting 3 ambassadors. If it's in their first month, it's them joining with a welcome pack, or them joining and qualifying with 100 PV. If they have been with you already, so say there's somebody that joined in December, they joined in January, so they've already taken advantage of a welcome pack, then it's helping them get commission qualified, which is hitting that 100 PV or personal volume marker. Ansley was visiting me, was telling me the other day what an excellent job you guys have done with getting people to set up their subscriptions. So I want to give you a huge shout out for that, because that makes your business, your life, it makes everything so much easier, but it also sets your new people up for success, because I always tell people this is a 30-day supply of product. If you have some left over at the end of the month, you're not taking it right. So having that subscription set up ensures that that they're going to get their products this month as well, and there isn't going to be a gap or a lag time between them getting the products. One of the things that I get often from people that live in my community, I'm in Lubbock, Texas, is I'll get messages from people saying, do you have any BioCleanse I can buy? Or do you have any X Factor I can buy? Or do you have any? And I'm like, no, because I don't keep stock. That's not how this gig works, which is always a little mind-blowing for them, because that's obviously not the case with most network marketing companies. So the fact that you guys have put that emphasis on subscriptions, that is just amazing, and keep doing what you're doing. So anyway, back to going silver. So new people, y'all added 28 people total last month, Ansley? 29 total?
On this particular leg, yes.
Yes. Okay. So that is also incredible. So we want to set a goal to get as many of those people that were new to silver this month, because if they go silver, they get $150 in the month of February, and then if they maintain that silver ranking in March, they get another $50. So that's a $200 silver bonus as opposed to the normal $100 bonus. Now I'm going to throw. I'm not a math whiz, so I have this worked out over here. And y'all may want to take notes on this as well if you're not a math, because I'm going to tell you the personal goal that I have set for myself with my level ones that I have added the last 2 months, or anybody on my first level that isn't silver yet. My goal is for them to go silver this month, but I want them to earn a $500 paycheck. And I want to show you how easy that is. I want to emphasize the paycheck, not because I'm making it about me, but because it's statistically relevant. That if you get people a paycheck within the first couple of months of joining, whether that goes to cover the cost of their own products, whether that's fund money for them, whether that is like it was for my family, breathing room and the budget, like, oh my gosh, we have extra money this month. What do we even do with that? There wasn't such a thing as extra money in our life. then statistically, those people stick around. They continue on the products, they continue with the business, and that's just good news all the way around. So if you are a team, if you're an individual who has maybe struggled a little bit with retention on your team, by retention I mean you add people, but you may add 5 people in 1 month, but you lose 5 people the same month. So you're just kind of, it's this, we call it the bathtub concept of like, there's a couple of ways that you certainly don't want to have a bathtub full of water with the drain open, and because that means you're just losing, right? So there's a couple of different theories in network marketing. One is if the drain is going to be open, then the faucet's got to be on full blast all the time, and that's just to maintain. But ideally, the drain is closed, and you are keeping the people that are joining you, and then you're adding to that each month as well, and helping people get to silver, helping people earn a paycheck, helping people cover their products or earn extra money is the most efficient way to grow your team. So I'm going to give you all a couple of, because initially you may go, well, I mean, $150, that's not much. It's usually $100. So if it's $150 in February, aren't they really just earning 50 extra bucks? They're not, and I will show you why. So if they go silver this month, they'll get $150 in February. That's pure bonus, okay? Now you have to remember, how do we go silver? Well, if they're brand new and they're getting people to join them with a welcome pack, then they're earning either, if they order the $99 welcome pack, then you get a $25 bonus for each of those people. If they order the $199 welcome pack, say that it's a husband and wife couple and they both want to get started on the product, so they order the double triplex, then that.
But really quick, I just remind y'all, if you're going to do the $199 welcome pack, make sure it's for a second person and not 2 months worth of product, or you will lose them. Sorry.
Exactly. And here's the thing. We have a lot of success with people who order the double triplex and then turn around and sell the second one. So it either, like Ansley said, it either needs to be for somebody that's ordering product for 2 people, whether it's them and their mom or them and their husband or them and their roommate, whatever. But you also can order that and turn around and retail it out. But we don't want it to be kept for consumption because, like she said, you don't want them sitting on 2 months worth of product. Remember, in order to earn the extra $50, they've got to maintain that silver rank the next month, which needs those people need to be set up on subscription and ordering the next month. So thank you for pointing that out, Ansley. So $150 in February for going silver. Then if they have people join with a welcome pack, the $99 welcome pack, that's 3 $25 bonuses. That's $75. So now we're at $225 in bonuses. If they have people order with the double triplex or any one of the $199 welcome packs, then those are $50 bonuses, $50 weekly building bonuses. So that becomes another $150. So now we're at $300 on that side. So I'm kind of giving you 2 channels of math here, okay? So on the one hand, we're at 150 plus 75, we're at a $225 bonus. Or if they do the double welcome pack, then we're at a $300 bonus. Which, y'all, $300. I mean, that's a senior gold level bonus almost. That's awesome. Now, here's where the beauty comes in, and this is what you're going to see us. Becky and I will be doing a training on the well on Thursday night where we break down this math a little better. And we also are working on some scripts right now for you guys, because especially for your new people, those of us that have been around forever, like me and Rhonda, even I benefit from scripts. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I say to this person? And so if somebody hands me a script, and I can kind of put it in my own words and voice message that to somebody, or type it up, or if I'm meeting somebody for coffee to talk about it. We just want to give you guys simple explanations for how to do the scripting. So if you can join us on Thursday, awesome. We don't have them written yet, or I would be giving them to you guys today. But what we're going to be talking about on Thursday night is something that has been the bedrock of Plexus since I began 4 years ago, and that is this concept of the power of three. Or in your back office, if you will look under shareables, I'm sorry, not shareables, if you'll go to Rank Up Roadmap, there is a Rank Up Roadmap for going silver that is an excellent resource for you to look at and utilize. And within that, there is a document called Me Plus Three. And it's basically how to go silver, but it's for you to help your new people go silver. So let's say that we have somebody that was new last month. They get to silver this month. They get the $150. They get the extra $75. They're sitting at $225. Well, what happens if they then have people join them, the people that joined them, if they can help them to get to silver? Because the second part of this promotion is if I, as Rachael, can get people on my first level to silver this month, I get a $50 bonus for every single one of those people that I get to silver. So let's say if we go strictly on the Me Plus Three principle, now, if they have helped, not only did they go silver this month, and let's say that you just say to them, look, girl, grab your mom, grab your best friend, grab your sister, sign them up, they go silver, and the conversation is the same naturally with the people that the people you recruited as to who they're going to recruit. Hey, I went silver by signing up my mom, my sister, and my best friend. Who do we know that we can sign up under you and get you to silver quickly? If that happens and they get 3 people to silver this month as well, that's an extra $150 in bonuses. So that becomes the $150 silver bonus, the $75 in welcome packs, which is at $225, and then another $150 for helping 3 people that joined them get to silver. We're now at $375 in bonuses. Or if they get people to join with the $199 welcome pack, we were at $300 in bonuses. You add another $150 to that, you're at a $450 bonus. That's strictly in bonuses, you guys. We are not even talking about if people say, I'm not really ready to join as an ambassador yet, but I'd love to become your preferred customer. Or what, maybe they already have a couple of people underneath them ordering as customers. So they've got, so the potential here is, and like I said, my goal is anybody that I help to get silver this month, I want them to earn a $500 paycheck. And I want them to earn a $500 paycheck because you start getting 25% commissions when you hit that 5. Well, that's in PV, so obviously this would be different. This is just in bonuses. But I want to get them a $500 paycheck because $500 extra dollars any given for anyone. I don't care who you are. I'm a diamond, and $500 extra dollars is still enticing for me. Like, oh my gosh, that's a camp that my kid can go to, or that's basketball shoes and ballet slippers and all of the different things that come up. My son has a 10th birthday party coming up this month, and I called somewhere and it's $250 to do his birthday party. So I'm thinking, man, I can utilize this bonus, a month's worth of groceries. Yeah, that's something that is probably a great takeaway for you guys, is if you set that $500 as a goal because you're either new and haven't gone silver yet, or because you've got people brand new underneath you, that's an awesome conversation for you to have with them, is to say, what does an extra $500 look like for your family this month or for you this month, and get them to attach something to it. Like Ansley just said, a month's worth of groceries, or like I said, covering my son's birthday party and his gifts. Because if you can get people to create, it's one thing to just shout out these numbers and for people to just be like, oh yeah, $500, that'd be awesome. But when they can attach a specific goal to it, if they can say, if I earn this money, then I get to do or get or pay for this thing, then it's the same concept as they tell us how much more powerful it is if you write a goal down. Rather than just carrying a goal in your mind, if you put that in your own handwriting and you put that somewhere, you're far more likely to achieve your goals and hold yourself accountable to them than you are if it's just something that you're kind of like, oh, I'd like to, whatever. And that's just a principle that's true, whether you're talking about achieving a goal in your business, if you're talking about losing 10 pounds, like whatever. That's just a tried and true thing. Let me check the chat real quick and see if anybody had any questions. Oh, my shopping cart testimony. Absolutely. I will do that for sure. So here are some reports that I want you guys to run. And Ansley, I don't know if we have people on here brand new this month that know back office or not. So I'm gonna ask that if they don't know how to get into their back office and run these reports, that you or Rhonda would do a call or schedule a time with them.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, anybody that doesn't know how to run these, when she jumps off, you can stay on. I'll just share my screen. I'll show you how to do it really quick because it won't take long.
Yeah, it's really not hard to do these. So there are two reports that you're gonna look at. You're gonna look at anybody that joined this past month, so in January, or if you've already had somebody join in February. And I would even go back to December. Recruitment was across the board just low in December. It always is because of Christmas and people reallocating funds. But you probably have people that joined in December that haven't gone silver yet. So look for people who are new, who are not yet at silver, and reach out to them and give them information about this promotion, especially if they gave you any indication when they joined that they were interested in the business. Like people sometimes they'll be like, I'm not really good at selling anything, but I'd like to get my products covered. Like, that was me. I don't know if y'all have heard my testimony, but when I joined, it was strictly to get my products covered. I had taken the products for about 30 to 45 days, and I was just taking Slim, and I really wanted to try, obviously, the triplex. We didn't call it triplex then, but I wanted to try that. And I just was like, I can't. It was actually, I was visiting with Andrea, and I was like, I can't afford. And she was like, well, if you could get 3 to 5 people to order, then you would cover the cost of your own products. And so that's when I joined. And like I said, I just was looking for 3 to 5 people. My goal was strictly just to get the products covered. And I did that within the first month and have done that every month since I joined. So there are people, I want to assure you, even if you have somebody that has joined your team that has been reluctant about the business side of it, Bob Heilig talks about red light and green light moments, and it's the conversation that we have in our head about people. And so we may say like, oh, I bet she doesn't need the business. Her husband has a really good job and they don't seem to need any extra money. So I probably don't need to talk to her about the business. That's a red light. Those are conversations and stories that we tell ourselves that stop us, that limit us, and honestly limit the people that are in our circle and are around us. And Rhonda shared something the other day in one of her posts about how could I not tell people about these products when I feel this good? And so that becomes a green light moment for you to say, you know what, I've actually seen her posting on Facebook lately about being tired or about being, a car breaking down this month, and, just the stress and the struggle with finances. Start to reshape that conversation in your reach out. So sorry, I got off track. On the reports that I want you to run, look for those new joins and reach out to them. And it could even be something as simple as saying, if I could show you how to make an extra $500 this month, would you be interested? I mean, that's a very red approach, but which I can hear Rhonda cringing through Zoom, but it's a very red approach. But yeah, I mean, there are some people that are going to be like, especially if you've seen these people doing like that Dosh app, they're not afraid. So reach out to them, and they obviously need extra cash. So the second, and this is probably, this is that concept of if you've heard the saying before, going after the low hanging fruit. It's like when you're going to pick fruit off of a tree, do you climb to the very top to get the hardest is to get the fruit at the top, or do you just pick the apple that's right there within your reach and get it? The low hanging fruit in your back office are people who are sitting at a rank called senior ambassador. What that means is that at some point in their Plexus journey, and they may have been with you for a year or more, at some point in their Plexus journey, they have gotten 2 people to join their team, but they've never gotten the third to actually hit silver. These are people that you absolutely are going to want to reach out to, especially if they're now, one thing to look at on this, and Ansley, you can show them this in the back office, is one thing for you to look at is there is achieved rank. That's the highest rank that you've ever achieved with the company. And then there's the rank that you're maintaining. So some of these people may have hit senior ambassador at one point, but they only have, but one of the persons has dropped off. But we're going to assume, for simplicity's sake today, that they've gotten 2 people to join them, and they still have those 2 people ordering. If that is the case, your reach out with them is super duper easy. It is, hey girl or guy, or whatever you would say to a person. Did you know that you are 1 person away from hitting silver? And did you know that Plexus is doubling the rank bonus this month? And instead of getting $100, you will get $150 in February, and you will get the additional $50 in March. However you want that conversation to look like whatever you want that to look like. One of our diamond ambassadors, her name is Nikki Hinkle, and she says that senior ambassadors are our most underutilized position for growth, because they obviously have influence. They've already gotten 2 people to join them. All they need to do is get 1, and then they get that bonus. And that kind of reinvigorates them or makes them excited. In terms of, Plexus broke this down for us once, and I don't have all of the numbers, but silver is actually the position within the company that statistically has the highest level of maintaining. It's really pretty easy for people to get silver and to maintain silver. And so what that tells me is that if we help people to go silver, they tend to stick around. And that's important for you and for your business. So those are the two reports in particular that I want you guys to focus on. Like I said, we're going to have more info coming on Thursday night with a little bit more in-depth explanation and some scripts. We'll be doing power hours next week, specifically focused on this silver incentive. Right now, probably the best thing for you guys to be doing is pulling those reports, looking at those people, and start thinking about how you're going to reach out to them with information about this promotion. On a side note, the other thing that I want to mention or remind you guys about or tell you guys about if you're not aware of it is that every single month, Plexus has what is called a silver star, and they award it to 3 different people. And you can't earn it once you hit senior ruby or above. So it is for a brand new person all the way up to a ruby level. Typically, the people who win it are at gold or senior gold level, but it's going to be interesting to see how that shakes out this month. So Becky and I won that. And when we had just, we actually went ruby, senior ruby in the same month. I know that sounds crazy now, but that's just the way that it was then. And so we got that trip. And I think we had like 16 people go silver that month. Anywhere it's between your 1 and your 4 levels. And y'all, the trip is amazing. They fly you out to corporate. They put you up at this super, super, super duper swanky resort in Scottsdale. You get a spa day. They take you on a tour around corporate. You get to have lunch with the other people that win the trip, and then a couple of people at corporate, but dinner with either Tarl or Alec at another really nice restaurant. And they give you, I think it's $300 spending cash it's an all expense paid trip, and then they're giving you money on top of it. So that is another great goal to set for yourself, or affirmation, is to say, I am going to win the Silver Stars trip in February. If that is something that sounds like a trip, we didn't even know what it was. We didn't even know that they did that. But now I see it every month, and I'm so desperate and giddy for somebody from our team to win it, because it's so absolutely doable. Especially this month, it's doable. It's doable any month. So set that as a goal. Sorry you can't go, Ansley or Rhonda, but but maybe if somebody wins it, they'll take it. Oh, that's the other thing. It's for you and a guest to go. So you could take your husband, you could take your best friend, you could take your mom, whatever you wanted to do. But it's an amazing trip. So that's just a little bug in your ear, a little extra incentive for getting people on your team to silver. Any questions? Oh, you wanted me to tell my story, my shopping cart story, right, Ansley? Okay. So, like I told you guys, I joined, if you don't know my timeline with the company, and listen, I don't say this to boast. It was a season just of really quick growth for me. I joined at the end of January, and in May, I went Ruby and Senior Ruby. And convention was at the very end of May. So it was my first convention. I had never been to a Plexus event before. And honestly, y'all, I debated going, because I was like, I overwhelmed at the thought of it. I didn't know how important it was. I didn't, anything. And Andrea was like, you are Senior Ruby. You can't not go to convention. So I went, and it was great. And if you're on the fence about convention in Orlando this year, you've got to make a way to be there if you can. It is so life changing, belief building, excitement. And it may sound weird for you guys to hear me say convention is where I drew my line in the sand, but it really was. I mean, even though I was already senior Ruby, I was so green and new in the business. I didn't really even understand what that meant. So y'all all probably know, or if you don't, you need to know who Sonia Dudley is. She's a diamond with our company. And she spoke at convention that year. And she was, she talked about the other company that she had been with and how, she'd been with that company 20 years and never had she, been given the opportunity to speak on stage. And it was like the last day of convention and I was getting kind of tired. And I just remember something that she said caught my attention and grabbed me. And and this was it. She said, I want for every single one of you. Now she lives in a teeny tiny town in Tennessee. So they don't have Target. So her example was Walmart. But she said, I want for any of you that are here, I want you to be able to walk into Walmart and put whatever you want to in your shopping cart. Not the, I want that, but we don't have the money in the budget, not any of that feeling. Be able to put it in your shopping cart and go and pay out for it and know that there's no guilt or worry or fear associated with that. And the way that related to me personally was I went through, if you've heard my testimony before, you know that after I had my daughter, I went through really, really, really bad postpartum. And unfortunately, I was very, very, very stubborn about getting treatment or getting medication for it. In hindsight, I totally should have done that. So let that be a cautionary tale if you ever go through that. But I had one day a week where I had a girl that would come, and it was almost like a ministry where she would come and watch Lorelai. And like I didn't have to pay her anything. So I got this like day out, or I didn't have to pay her very much or whatever. So I had this day without Lorelai. Ephraim was in school. And I was at Target. And this was right before Christmas, like November-ish. And this was the kind of trip where you go to Target not because you're intending to buy anything, but because there's a Starbucks in there and you can push your shopping cart around and just like it's like a way for moms to check out. Anybody know? Like, give me a thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about. Maybe it's not Target, but it's somewhere like that. Anyway, I went on the aisle where they had some clearance stuff, and they had these 2 teddy bear bean bags that were like the smallish bean bags, perfect for like little kids. And they were on clearance for $20 each. They had been like $50 and they were marked down to like $20. So it was a good deal. And I just thought, oh my gosh, my kids would love that. Like how cute. They wake up on Christmas morning. Santa has come. I'm glad the babies that are on here are too little to know what I just said there. But to see that Santa has come and see these stuffed, bean bags. And I was just picturing them like watching their cartoons in the morning and picking them up, putting them in. Y'all, I had to quit my job because of the postpartum. So we were on my husband was working 2 jobs at the time. He worked as an RN and an ICU. And then he was the part-time worship leader at our church that brought in a little extra money. We had no breathing room in our budget. And so I cannot even tell you how many times I picked the stuffed animals up, put them in my shopping cart. Fear hit my heart, took them back out. Put them back in, took them back out. Finally, I was like, I'm just going to put them in and leave them there because I don't want anybody else to get them. And I'm going to walk around. And I finally ended up going to the back of the store and calling my husband. Y'all, he was at work on the floor at the hospital. So it's not like I called him on his cell phone. I had to like, paging Michael Nagel, come to the phone. He's probably thinking it's like an emergency. And I am like nearly hyperventilating on the other end, asking if I can buy these bears. These two $20 bears, $40. You guys have probably been there with or without postpartum. Like where there's just fear in you about your money or about finances or some unexpected bill shows up. And he was like, babe, yes, you can get the bears. He was like, it's $40, Rachel, but even if it was $100, like I can pick up an extra shift. I can, we can cover it. So I got the bears. So let me bring this back around for you. So when Sonia Dudley said that at convention about, I want you to be able to walk into Walmart and put whatever you want in your shopping cart, I immediately was taken back to that moment and that fear and that worry over money. And I thought, I don't ever want to feel that way again over a $20 teddy bear or whatever it is, you fill in the blank. And that was the moment that I was like, I will be a diamond in this company. Not so I can spend money on whatever I want, but because I want to build a financial wall of peace for my family, a legacy for my children. And so anyway, I got back from convention, and that it was summer, and it was the first year that my family was going to be able to join like a private swimming club, not like public pools, which I was very excited about because we'd never been able to do that before. And that was because of the extra money that Plexus was bringing in that we were able to do that. And then we had a Costco open up, and I went to Costco and got my shopping cart and walked over and bought 4 brand new, fluffy, beautiful beach towels. Because by God, if we were going to be at the swim club, we were not going to be the folks that had ratty towels. And then they had a little they call them puddle jumpers, but it's like a little life jacket for Lorelai. I'm glad that resonates with you, Megan. And I got that for Lorelai, and I got some like little swim toys for Ephraim to have. And y'all, I just about burst into tears because it was like, I can pay for this. I have the extra. This is not an extravagant. It felt extravagant, but it was something that I got to do for my family and for my kids, and that brought me so much joy. It wasn't about the money. It was about the gift of being able to give that to my family. So that's that story. That's my shopping cart story that Ansley wanted me to share with you guys. And that is the kind of thing, like I said, if you can set that goal for yourself or for your people, whether it's being able to buy new towels, or whether it is paying for a trip, or whether it is groceries, or whether it is your emergency fund, attach something of emotional value to this goal and you'll achieve it. So that's all I have. Anybody have any questions?
I love that story so much. And I think we talk about this often, but I am in a community of middle houses, and I can tell you how many times I've had to put groceries on a credit card, hoping that that I'll be able to pay that credit card off that month because we didn't have it. And I know that there are a lot of mamas on here that feel me on that. So, but I just wanted to ask one thing, because I know they're going to ask me. Yellow personalities. How do you approach somebody that's not interested in the business, that does not, like, as far as reaching out, talking about getting their products paid for or whatever? If somebody has said, like, nope, this is not going to be for me, like, do you have an idea of how they can talk to somebody about that?
I mean, Rhonda would probably be a great person to answer this question because she is a bleeding heart yellow. But I really have a lot of yellow as well. I know that everybody says I'm a green. Becky says that I'm yellow and blue make green. I'm masquerading as a green. For me, um, one thing is, like I said in my story, I had to overcome the fear that I had about doing this. I mean, y'all, I had sworn that I would never do network marketing. Those words came out of my mouth on multiple occasions for two reasons. One, I had never known anybody who had made any money at it, ever. You know, like I had friends that had done 12 businesses and never made any money. And everybody that I did know that had done it and hadn't made money had like boxes full of stuff in their garage. So that was my perception of network marketing. And my mother had done a network marketing business before and ended up having to declare bankruptcy because of the financial toll that it took on her. And she's okay. I mean, like I've shared that before. I'm not spilling secrets on my mama.
No, now she's paid off her.
Yes, exactly. She went from bankruptcy to, as a single mom with a severely handicapped daughter, has paid off her home and lives completely debt-free. I mean, that's amazing. And has retired additionally. So that's huge. I don't know if y'all have followed her. She was thinking about buying a townhome to downsize. And now she's decided that she didn't buy the townhome. She's selling her house and she's going to travel for 3 months this summer. I mean, that's the kind of freedom. And it's so exciting for me to know that I have been a part of helping her get to do that. Because these are things that you think when you are divorced and single and on your own that you don't think you're going to be able to do. But for me, I couldn't stay on the products without finding people to do the business. So you may have people that are in that situation, and it's not a manipulation, but it's a, hey, look, you need these, you and I know that you need these products. Let's figure out a way to get them covered for you. And maybe that's the conversation starter with your yellows is, if I could show you how to get your products covered, would you be interested? Because the idea for most people, it's like, what am I going to have to do? And, you know, there is this concept, and I want you to, this is like, I could do a whole separate training on this, and I can on another time for you guys, but we've been talking about Target a lot today. So use that visual of Target's brand. You know, it's a Target, right? And the center of the target, the bullseye, is what we call our comfort zone, right? It's status quo. It's if I stay here and I stay in my comfort zone, nothing is ever going to change. I may desperately want change, but I am really attached to my comfort zone too. And then every layer outside of that bullseye represents some aspect of risk. The conversation that you have to have with your reluctant yellows, or your reluctant any color for that matter, is what level of risk are they okay taking, okay? Because if you take somebody brand new and you tell them, I want you to do a live on your Facebook page about plexus, you have shoved them from their comfort zone to the outer rim of the target, and that does not feel good. It is anxiety inducing. I got to witness this firsthand with somebody that my mom was trying to recruit last week, and she just pushed her too hard, and the lady completely wigged out, like completely wigged out. It was too far. And y'all, I mean, it's not my mom was asking her to do a live. She was just talking to her about doing the business. But that lady was so bound up in fear that any aspect of of risk was just too much for her. But I call that feeling of being way, way, way too far out of your comfort zone. That is like the dreams that you had as an adolescent about going to school and you're in your underwear. You know, do you remember those dreams? Anybody ever have that as a kid? We don't want to make people feel that way. So if the conversation starter is, if I could show you how to get your products covered, would you be interested in that? And if the response back is yes, but I don't want to have to post on Facebook, then you start with that. You start with them there. Okay, we don't want to post on Facebook. Could you think of 10 people that you know that need these products? And let's figure out a way to reach out to those 10 people about Plexus. Because maybe that's their first layer of risk taking. Because the thing about risk taking is, if you can find the sweet spot, then it's kind of like the roller coaster feeling. The like, oh, I don't want to do this, I'm so scared, but also this is kind of exciting and fun, right? That's the feeling that we're going for. So it is all about knowing them, getting to know them. If they immediately are like, no, I couldn't sell, I couldn't do these products. Show them how easy it is. You know, tell them, pull out the quick start guide that is in the welcome pack and say, we're just going to walk through each of these steps and do it. You know, Andrea's got, if y'all aren't a part of it, let me know. Rhonda, are you on that 12-day launch page that Andrea's doing? If you're not, I will add you. You're not on there? Okay, so Ansley, I'll add you, and then anybody that wants to be a part of that, you can add. Okay. But it basically is every day for 12 days, and she's only been going for like 2 days. She is going through the 12 steps that are in the success guide of day 1. This is what you're going to do today. Day 2, this is what you're going to do today. I mean, y'all, they have the whole month to go silver. It's not like we're asking them to do it in the next 24 hours. So maybe with some of these people that are a little scared, if you say, I have this awesome 12-day launch that's going to show you step by step how to do this business. Let's walk through that together. And then we'll start working on your list of 10 people, okay? Does that make sense? Okay. I have a hair appointment in 30 minutes. So
thank you so
much. Folks, I've been wearing this hat all week, haven't I, Ansley? Hey, thank you guys for being on here. Just the fact that you committed to this time this morning shows your dedication and your excitement and your willingness to grow your business. And nothing excites me more than getting to help people do that. So I will make sure that both Ansley and Rhonda are added to the launch group. You guys let them know if you want to be added, and they can add you there. And then I will post today on the well the information for the call on Thursday nights, and that way you can get it on your team page.
Awesome.
Okay. Absolutely. Love you guys.